I am having a whole lot of fun looking through all of the dresses that have already been sent to me by all of the amazing sewists out there who are dressing little girls who are living in poverty. Today, I wanted to highlight some of the dresses that I felt were really great examples of color blocking and print mixing. And let's just talk about why. Print mixing and color blocking is very subjective. And what I might like, you might feel is, I don't think somebody that's pushing the boundaries, and that's okay. But I'm going to go through a couple of the different dresses that I've received here and talk about what I love about the actual fabrics that these sewists have chosen. So let's start with this one right here. I felt like this purple was kind of an unconventional choice. I mean, like for me, I would have probably gravitated more towards a pink, a yellow, maybe even an orange, but they decided to go with this darker purple. And I think it really does work, mostly because there's a close color right there in the flowers, and there is some purple in there as well. But when you have the bodice in such a bright color, and then these pockets that are matching that bright color, I feel like it really does pull the entire look together. What do you all think about that? Here's another really beautiful example right here. Now, this one has like really amazing print matching. So, I mean, you can see that they use kind of the neutral color, so that they were matching this yellowish, kind of a mustardy color. And then they brought in this pocket that has this like very similar tones to that flower. But if you look closely, there's actually leaves on these little pockets. I really love the way this came out, in particular because they use that same fabric for the ties, the binding around the armholes, the pockets, and the bottom. But not only that, they played with the different scales here. So you can see they have a pretty large print paired with that smaller print in a similar color tone. And I think that is what really just, man, makes this one really stand out for me. So this dress is just super colorful. Every now and then, you'll run across fabrics that are designed by a designer, but they all like come in a family of fabrics. And I have a feeling that that's what happened with this one. Because when you're looking at this fabric, you can see the little tiny hearts and circles down in there. And then look at the little circles on the actual bottom piece here that they use for that bottom ruffle. It just ties in really beautifully. And I like that they used it for the tie on the back as well as the entire lining. I mean, it's just, this is a really fun, vibrant dress. And I feel like that little bit, it makes it pop. It really makes it stand out. Here's a little cutie patootie right here. Now, I'm going to try to shine the light on this so you can see. Can you see that there is a silver glow down on this fabric right here that's on the pockets? Well, to me, I feel like that's really what kind of gives these pockets that extra pop that goes with this main fabric here. I mean, gray is a pretty neutral color to begin with, so a lot of different colored fabrics would pair nicely with that. But the fact that there's actually silver down in those pockets there really kind of ties that fabric in just really nicely. And then there's this one as well. Now you guys already know that gray is a neutral, but here's another play with the scales, right? So you have smaller polka dots with the somewhat larger hearts. And then look at how they actually use the print on the dress. So they have it on the bodice and then on the pockets coming down the sides, which helps to break up the print just a bit. But if you look at the back, it's just super cute on the top as well. So to me, this one is just a fun pairing. Okay, now here's this really cute one. Now, I chose this one for a couple of different reasons. So, this person had fun with the actual bias tape around the armholes. I'm not sure if that was an intentional choice, but I really do like how they have one white and one blue bias trim around the arm side. And then if you look at the pockets, they have this really kind of fun blue kind of designed one. But when you step back, that blue really kind of does become a neutral, almost like a denim when you're looking at it from afar. And I think it really does look nice with all of the different cars and the blue and the blacks that are in on this fabric. And here's another cute make. So this one has the satin ties up at the top. But what I really liked were the pockets on this one with the yellow rickrack that tied really nicely in with the flowers here. Now, when I'm looking at this dress, and I don't know if it was intentional, but to me, those pockets look like they could possibly be grass, which kind of flows with the whole nature vibe of this one. And it is such a happy dress. I mean, how could you not look at those yellow flowers and not smile? I mean, it really does go well together. Now, I know the person who made this is huge into consulting her color wheel. Now, I don't have a color wheel, so I won't be breaking one out to, compare where on the scale everything is falling. But I really do think that she did a beautiful job matching up those fabrics and pulling the green out of the leaves and putting it into that pocket. Okay. And then there's this one. So let's look closely at this blue fabric here. You can see it has little tiny pops of red down in there. Well, this person decided to introduce some polka dotted red fabric, but they did it in, I think, a couple of really smart ways that makes the red kind of pop on this dress. So when you're looking at it, you can see that she trimmed the top of the pocket and the bottoms of the pockets with that polka dot, and it helps kind of make the eye travel when you're looking at it because that red really does stand out, right? And then all the way up here, you can see that there's the red rickrack underneath that little bit of a yoke up there. And so for me personally, when I'm looking at this dress, my eye just naturally flows down. So I see the red trim, those red pockets. It's a really cute one. And I think it's a smart use of color for this dress. Now I pulled this dress out mostly because it has a bunch of different accent colors, actually two different accent colors, both of which you can find in the fabric itself. So they're playing off of this lighter blue and the yellow. So you have the lighter blue on the yoke and on the pockets, but then you have the yellow ties with the yellow trim down at the bottom of the hem. And I really think it works really nicely. It's not anything that I would have really thought about, to tell you the truth, but I think that using the yellow at the top of the dress as well as the bottom helps balance the entire look out. And then I have two last dresses that I wanted to share with you all. And these both have a pretty neutral base to them. So there's these two dresses that have the brown base, but you all, like, how cute are these little things? And it's mostly because that brown is such a good neutral that you could really pair it with any fabric and it'll go well. Now looking at this one, she paired it with some fabric with people on it, and then she used it for both the pockets and the sleeves up here. And well, it really does stand out just so beautifully. And really, I mean, could you see green, red, purple against this brown? I just think that it really helps the accent fabric stand out. And then if you look at this one, they use the blue floral. And look, there's those reds and those purples I was talking about. It is just so absolutely adorable. So when you're using a neutral color, like browns, grays, even blues, like a denim, black, things like that, just remember that you can really kind of get creative with those colors and the fabrics that you're introducing and get a little more wild with it, because it is going to be so easy to coordinate with something else. Just think about where the eye is actually moving when you're looking at the dress. So in this case, your eye flows nicely down, right? You've got the sleeves and then it's flowing down the dress to the pockets. You're starting at the top with the yellow, you're flowing down the blue, and you're ending at the yellow. The red again. For me personally, when I can look at a beautiful garment and my eye just flows nicely over it from, top to bottom, or from left to right, or I think it's left to right this way. it it really does like kind of do something like calming in my head. Compare that to something where you just don't know where to look. Say everything is the same scale and you're like, do I look here? Do I look there? Do I look here? It's all a little chaotic. It's a little harder to consume the beauty of that dress because your eyes jumping from spot to spot. So that's just one of my tips that I use when I'm putting together dresses, and some of the things that caught my eye when I was putting labels onto some of these other dresses. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite color blocking tips are, and not only that, but what your favorite pattern matching tips are. Share with all of us so that way we can all go off and experiment on our own. Now, don't forget, every day that I'm here talking with you all, there's another amazing creator who's also sharing their makes for Project Dress a Girl 2022 and their tips and tricks. And today that is the amazing Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. So make sure that you check out her video right over here, because you know she's going to drop some golden bombs on you. And if you've missed the kickoff video, check out this video right up here. There is still time to make a dress and donate it and dress a little girl in need.